There is a specific number that the banks are terrified of you reaching. But most people never get there because they fall into the same trap as a man named Jack Whittaker. On Christmas Day 2002, Jack Whittaker walked into a deli, bought a sandwich, and a lottery ticket. By that night, he was the richest man in West Virginia. He won $314 million. $300 million. You're thinking, Finn, that's the dream, right? That is the exit door. 4 years later, Jack had no friends. His family was destroyed by addiction. He was being sued by everyone he ever met, and he was broke. He told a reporter later, "I wish I'd torn that ticket up." Why am I telling you this? Because Jack tried to cheat the laws of physics. He tried to teleport to the finish line without building the engine first. I'm Finn, your finance buddy, and today I'm going to teach you about the 3 laws of financial physics. There are 3 specific numbers, 3 milestones where the rules of money actually change. Most people spend their whole lives stuck at level 0, fighting gravity, wondering why they are working so hard and getting nowhere. But once you cross these lines, the gravity turns off, the math flips in your favor, and suddenly you are playing a totally different game. If you are tired of grinding and want to know exactly where the finish line is, buckle up, because we are going to space. Let's talk about the hardest thing you will ever do. I am not going to lie to you. Getting rich is hard, but it is not equally hard the whole time. The first milestone is $100,000 in invested assets. I know, I can hear you screaming at the screen. Finn, I can barely save $50. $100 grand is impossible. But listen to me, this is not just a number. This is escape velocity. Think about a rocket ship. Do you know where a rocket burns 90% of its fuel? In the first 2 minutes, just trying to get off the ground. It is fighting the Earth's gravity. It is fighting air resistance. It is heavy. It is slow. It is shaking violently. That is you going from 0 to 100,000. This is why people quit. You sacrifice that Starbucks coffee. You drive the beat-up car. You save $500 a month. You do that for a whole year, and you have $6,000. And the market? Maybe it gives you a $500 return. $500 for a year of pain? It feels pointless. You feel like you are pushing a boulder up a mountain of mud. But here is the physics. At $0, your labor is doing 100% of the work. You are the engine. At $50,000, you are still the engine, but maybe the wind is pushing you a little bit. But at $100,000, the magic happens. If the market returns 8%, that is $8,000 a year. That is nearly $700 a month that you did not work for. Suddenly, your money is earning more than a part-time job. Charlie Munger, the right-hand man of Warren Buffett, famously said, "The first 100,000 is a bitch." Excuse my language, but he's right. He said, "I don't care what you have to do. Walk everywhere, eat coupons, do whatever it takes, but get that first 100 grand. Because once you cross that line, you are in orbit. The gravity lets go." Getting from 100K to 200K, it takes half the time. If you are in this phase right now and it feels like you are drowning, please do not stop. You are just fighting gravity, and you are almost at orbit. Okay, you made it to orbit. Now, let's talk about being bulletproof. The second number that changes your biology is $500,000. Now, $500,000 isn't private jet money. You can't retire on a yacht in Monaco. If you quit your job today with $500K, you'd have a very stressful retirement. So why is this number magic? Because this is the fortress of solitude. When you have $0, you are fragile. If your boss yells at you, you have to take it. If your car breaks down, it's a crisis. You are living in a house made of straw, but at $500,000, you have built a house of brick. This is where you get the look. You know the look. It's that look in your eye when you walk into a meeting and you are not desperate. You don't need the sale. You don't need the promotion. You don't need them to like you. Because if they fire you, who cares? With $500,000 invested, even if you never save another penny, that money will likely grow into $2 or $3 million by the time you retire. You have solved the old man problem. Your future self is safe. So now you can take risks. This is where you see people's careers explode upwards. Why? Because they stop playing not to lose and start playing to win. They launch the business. They ask for the massive raise. They switch industries. I have seen this so many times. Someone hits $500K and suddenly they double their income within 2 years. Not because they got smarter, but because they stopped operating from fear. The banks hate this guy. The banks want you scared. They want you in debt. They want you buying things you can't afford, so you have to keep working that job you hate. When you hit $500K, you become their nightmare. You become free. And now we arrive at the final frontier, the number where the laws of physics invert completely, $2.5 million. This is the time machine. Why 2.5? It's not a random number I pulled out of a hat. It's based on the 4% rule. If you have $2.5 million invested and you withdraw 4% a year to live on, that is $100,000 of cash every single year forever without touching the principal. At this level, you have done something impossible. You have divorced your time from your money. Below this line, you trade hours for dollars. Above this line, your money buys you hours. Think about it. If you have $2.5 million and the market has a good year, say 10%, you just made $250,000. You made $250,000 while you were sleeping, while you were playing video games, while you were walking your dog. Your capital is now more valuable than your labor. But I have to be honest with you. Getting here, it's rare. You probably won't get to level 3 just by saving your paycheck. The math is too slow. To get to the time machine, you usually need to own something. You need equity, a business, real estate, stock options. Milestone 1 and 2, you can grind your way there. You can save your way there. Milestone 3, you have to build. But here is the trap, and this is where Jack Whittaker, our lottery winner, messed up. When people get close to this level, they get cocky. They stop respecting the gravity. They buy the massive house. They buy the luxury cars. They increase their burn rate. If you have $2 million, but you spend $200,000 a year, you are not rich. You are broke. You just don't know it yet. Wealth is not about what you spend. It is about the gap between what you have and what you need. Look, I know these numbers sound big. 100,000, 500,000, 2.5 million. It's easy to feel small when you look at the mountain. But you don't climb Everest by looking at the summit. You climb it by looking at your feet. I want you to do something for me right now. Open your banking app. Open your brokerage account. Add it all up. Where are you? Are you fighting gravity in the rocket launch phase? Are you building the fortress? Or are you aiming for the time machine? If you are at 0, that is okay. Start the engine. Save the first $10. Then the next 100. Do not look at the guy in the Ferrari. He is probably in debt anyway. Look at your own map. I want to know where you are at in the comments. Are you launching? Are you building? Or are you free? Let me know down there. And if you want to know exactly how to construct that portfolio so you don't blow it like Jack, make sure you are subscribed. The laws of physics are real, but now you know how to use them to fly. I'm Finn, your finance buddy. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.